On September 15, 1963, the Philippine Association of Medical Technologists was founded through the initiative of Crisanto G. Almario, the father of PAMET.
Presenting the roster and achievements of the PAMET presidents.
First in the list was Mr. Charmelin T. Tamondo. He was the president in the year 1963 until 1967. He succeeded in working for the Bill for Medical Technologies, which is the House Bill number 7682.
Mr. Nardito D. Moraleta, he was the PAMET president in the year 1967 until 1970. He has worked for the passage of Senate Bill numbers 996 and signed into law by the President of the Philippines, His Excellency President Ferdinand E. Marcos, into Republic Act number 005527 or the Medical Technology Act of 1969 on June 21, 1969.
Mr. Felix E. Asper. He was the president in the year 1970 to 1971 and 1973 to 1977. He worked for the approval of Presidential Decree number 498, which signed by His Excellency President Ferdinand E. Marcos on June 28, 1974. He also had the Philippines Association of Medical Technologies integrated with the Professional Regulation Commission on the 24th day of May 1975.
Mr. Bernardo T. Tabao Saras. He was the president in the year 1971 until 1972. He worked for the amendments to the Trevas Law, which was in third reading in the Senate when martial law was proclaimed.
Miss Angelina R. Jose, the PAMET president in the month of January to September of the year 1973. She worked for the approval of the professional tax through the Bureau of Internal Revenue, whereas all registered medical technologists should pay a professional tax in the amount of 75 pesos yearly.
Miss Venerable C.V. Oka. She was the president in the year 1977 until 1982. She saw to it that monthly medical missions were made as part of the association's services to the poor and unfortunate people in our country.
Mrs. Carmencita P. Asidera, 1982 to 1992. She worked for the membership of PAMET with the ASEAN Association of Medical Laboratory Technologies and hosted its second conference. She worked for the adaptation of PAMET hymn on November 22, 1989, and she introduced PAMET to the different companies and well-known organizations, both local and international, which gained PAMET recognition from these companies and organizations.
The ninth PAMET president, Mrs. Marilyn R. Atienza. She was the president in the year 1993 until 1996. She worked for the close coordination of PAMET and PASMET. She also worked for the membership of PAMET to the ASEAN Association of Southeast Asian Medical Laboratory Science, or the AAMLS.
Mrs. Norma Nunez Chang in the year of 1997 to 2000. She worked for the establishment of more PAMET chapters, and she revised the Medical Technology Code of Ethics in March 7, 1997. She worked for the sending of scholars to the Japan International Medical Technology Foundation, and she adopted the Medical Technology Prayer. She sponsored a retreat for Chief Medical Technologists, PAMET Board of Directors, PASMET, and MEDAP members for spiritual enrichment.
Miss Agnes B. Medenila. She was the president in the year 2001 until 2002 and 2005 until 2006. She worked for the amendments of RA 005527 at the Congress of the Philippines. She worked for the approval of the 2002 PAMET Constitution and bylaws.
Dr. Shirley I. Fabian Cruzada, 2002 to 2004. She worked for the forging of the Memorandum of Agreement between the Department of Health and the National Reference Laboratory. She worked for the Graduate Scholarship Project with Procter & Gamble's Dagdag Karunungan Kinabukasan ng Kalusugan Grant Program. She worked for the activation of inactive PAMET chapters during regional conferences and meetings. She worked for the interdisciplinary networking and collaborative activities, and she submitted to the Senate the Medical Technology Revision Bill to revise RA 005527, and she maintained the close relationship with PSP, PASMET, and the Commission on Higher Education.
Leila M. Ferrento. She was the PAMET president in the year 2007 until 2012. She continued to work in the interest of promoting excellence in the practice of medical technology, and she also organized different PAMET chapters.
Mr. Romeo Joseph J. Ignacio, he was the president in the year 2013 to 2015. He worked for the upliftment of the medical technology profession and contributed medical technologies soar higher through voice, visibility, oneness, integrity, commitment, and excellence.
Mr. Ronaldo E. Puno. He was the PAMET president in the year 2015 until 2020. It is complemented by his meaningful involvement in various government agencies such as the Department of Health and the Commission on Higher Education. He is also actively involved in different international organizations such as the ASEAN Association for Clinical Laboratory Sciences and the International Federation of Clinical Chemistry.
Last November 2020, Mr. Romel F. Suseda was appointed to be the new and 17th National PAMET President.